Hello, today I'm going to be doing my demo speech. This is my audience. That's me.
Hi.
Okay, now go over there. Hello, my name is Deja Mosin, and today my demo speech is going to be showing you all how to find the slope of a line. According to mathwarehouse.com, the slope of a line characterizes the direction of line. But what exactly does that mean? Well, it means that the slope of a line can have varying trends. In this case, it can have a positive trend, which means it's increasing positively in the right direction, or it can have a negative trend where it decreases in the right direction. There are varying methods to figuring out the slope of a line. Today I will be showing you two. So the first method of figuring out the slope of a line is the mathematical, or as most people say, the algebraic method, and it consists of this equation. To use this equation, you have to have two known points on the line itself. And so for an example, I just gave us two arbitrary points, one being 6, 4, and the other being 10, 8. Now, to set up the equation, you do the y-coordinate of the second point minus the y-coordinate of the first point, and you divide that difference by the x-coordinate of the second point minus the x-coordinate of the first point, and that will give you the slope. It's a relatively simple equation, so let's plug in the 2 points that I mentioned earlier into the equation to find the slope of the line. Now, as you can see here, I've already taken the liberty and done it for you. So you have 8, which is the y-coordinate of the second point, minus 4, which is the y-coordinate of the first point, divided by 10 minus 6, which are the first and second x-coordinates of each respective point. When you subtract them out and divide them by each other, you get 4 divided by 4, which is also equivalent to 1. Now, the second method includes the graphical analysis, which is where you have the line itself already drawn onto a Cartesian coordinate plane, and you just simply do a physical analysis of drawing, well, a line. I personally like to do the curved lines because it's easier to identify how many lumps that I count. So what you do is starting from any arbitrary point on the line, you count how many times the line itself rises from the x-axis. So here you see 1, 2, 3, 4. So that means that the line itself rises 4 times in the y direction. From there, you count how many times the line itself runs in the right direction. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. Once again, you can see that I've used the same points. So when completely writing out the equation itself, you do rise over run. And you once again get 4 divided by 4, which is equal to 1, giving you basically the same slope as I did in the first example. Now we're going to try an even harder example utilizing both methods. So here, you can see that I've already taken the liberty to draw two separate lines for you, line A and line B. For line A, I've already included the points, one being 1, 2, and the other point being 2, 4. So it should be relatively easy to figure out what we're going to be doing here in terms of finding the slope. For this case, we're going to be using the first method, which is the y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So I'll go ahead and write that out. Remember, our points are 2, 4, and 1, 2. So I'm going to be writing out y sub 2, which is 4, minus y sub 1, which is 2, over 2, which is x sub 2, minus x sub 1, which is 1. When you do all that mental math in your head, you're going to come out with 2 over 1, which is basically equal to 2. That's another arbitrary example of the mathematical / algebraic method. And now for line B, we're going to use the graphical method as I showed you guys in method 2. So you can see here that our points are 2, 1 and 4, 2. So let's go ahead and start by finding the y direction. How many times it rises in the y direction, excuse me. Starting from 2, 1, we go up one little lump. And now that you see that it's actually in line with the second point itself, we can start to do our run. And it goes over 1, 2. So basically, that means that this line rises 1 in the y direction, and it runs 2 in the positive x direction. So what we do from there, like we did before, we do the rise over the run. So you do 1 over 2. And because this is a fraction, we can simply leave it as 1/2 as the slope. Or if you want to put it in the decimal, we can say that it's equal to 0.5. Those are the two methods used to find the slope. Once again, the slope of a line is basically the directional change of the line, and there are two basic methods, the graphical analysis and the algebraic / mathematical analysis. Thank you, and I hope you have a good day.